Hi teachers, it's teacher Laura, and it's a really sad week for online ESL teachers. Okay, I'm sure by now you know all the details. China put out a new regulation saying no foreign teachers, and basically overnight the online ESL business collapsed. But wait, it is not over yet. I want to just talk for a really short video about my thoughts. Now, I have seen this coming a little bit, right? They've been making changes. There's been whispers, it's not a total shocker. Maybe if you're not connected to the community online, it was a shocker. But basically, if you have students in China, they can't buy any new packages like for VIPKid. So it's just whatever's left is left. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you my 5 hopeful thoughts for VIPKid teachers. Number 1, it's not over till it's over. Okay. And what I mean by that is I have heard stories about students who have hundreds of classes left. And the government has told VIPKid that they can honor their contracts. Some families, even when they heard that this potentially could happen, went out and bought hundreds of classes. Now, this is like real money they're sinking into VIPKid, and they're letting VIPKid honor that. So if you have regulars, you probably have months worth of classes left. So it's not going to just disappear overnight. I think the scary thing was that Magic Years and GOGOKID literally disappeared overnight, wouldn't let you book anything new. So that was kind of shocking. VIPKid is different. VIPKid has a much huger scale. VIPKid has 100,000 teachers, 500,000 students in China, and you can't stop a train that's going at that speed quite so quickly, right? Okay, so there's some hope there. Number two, they, like I said, they're a strong company. They're not just going to give up and run away. They are gonna pivot. Now the question is, how fast can the pivot happen, right? Using the train analogy, if you're going a million miles in this direction, it is very hard to turn it, right? So it's gonna be a waiting game. And I'm here for the waiting game, to be honest with you. I'm just curious how it's all gonna happen. I'm gonna stick around and see what happens, but I know they're gonna pivot to different countries. The question is, can they pivot fast enough? They also are pivoting to adult learners, which I am not interested in teaching adults, I don't think, but maybe. So we'll just see. We'll see. The third thing I wanted to tell you is that you have learned amazing skills. If you are a VIPKid teacher, you have learned amazing skills, whether you realize it or not. And ESL skills are ESL skills. They're not Chinese ESL skills. Your skills will transfer to other countries, other cultures, other companies. So consider that. Think about what you've learned. You've learned about the speaking slowly, using TBR, waiting for response, wait time. Those skills are learned and you have them now. Then number 4, I want you to know that there's still going to be a demand for native English speakers. I don't know how it's going to happen, maybe private lessons, but people are still going to want private English teachers. So look for it. It's going to happen. And then number 5, you created a business. You created a teacher business. Maybe you don't realize it, but you were always an independent contractor. So use that. Use those business skills that you're learning to transfer them to the next stage of your life. 1 second and I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing next. Okay, so as you know, I love VIPKid. I've been with them it's closing on 4 years. November 2017 is when I started. And I went to China with them. I have all regular students on my schedule. I'm very loyal to them. So I am not going to just leave VIPKid. I'm going to ride out the ship, the sinking ship, maybe. We'll see. But I'm going to just ride it out. I am going to change my schedule pretty drastically in the fall. And this was going to happen whether or not this whole change happened. I just really have been feeling the need to go back to being in the schools in my community. My youngest is going to 3 full days a week preschool. So during those 3 full days, I'm going to go sub in the schools. And I'm really excited about that. And I was really excited about that even before all of the changes. So on Tuesdays, Thursdays, I'm going to keep my online schedule from 5 to 9 or 6 to 9, depending on the day. And then I'll be home with my daughter. So those are the only days that I'm going to be teaching VIPKid. It's going to be my smallest schedule that I've ever had, which is probably good because I'm thinking a lot of my regulars will start to drop off. So that's my plan. I'm really sad about all of it. It seems like the end of an era. For me, it feels like it came into my life at the perfect time. Like I started this job when I was on maternity leave with my youngest, and now I'm going to be slowly ending this job when she goes to kindergarten. It just seems like perfect little bookends for me. But I realize that for many of you teachers out there, it is not like a happy little ending. A lot of you are very sad. A lot of you are shocked. It was very abrupt. So I'm not going to offer any like, you should go try this or you should go try this. There's plenty of teachers doing that. The only other company that I have expertise on is OutSchool. And if you're interested in OutSchool, you can watch my videos here on YouTube. And I still will be teaching a couple, just only 2 classes with them in the fall because I really enjoy that. But I know that at this point, it's just kind of like we have to just say goodbye, and it's hard. So leave me in the comments. I would love to hear, especially those of you who have connected over the years with me on VIPKid, what's your next step? I'm so curious what all these different teachers, there's 100,000 VIPKid teachers. What are we all gonna do? I'm so curious. So please leave me a message, and I really am just grateful that you have watched and listened, and I hope I wish you the best. I hope you can find your next perfect step. Happy teaching, everybody.